Pretty big nose tackle for App State. What kind of challenges does that present, just from a pure physical standpoint?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a big guy. It'll be a nice challenge for the home opener against us to kind of see how we stack up and all those kinds of things. So, looking forward to it.
Jack, Brady said that even before Graham's suspension, you had edged him out for this start. What did you do in camp that won the job?
I think I just tried to play consistent, and I think, being experienced and a year older, a year stronger, all those things kind of helps. If I can be the guy who gets the job done, playing and play out, I knew I had a good chance to get on the field and stay on the field. So that was kind of my focus.
How sick are you guys of hearing about last year's offensive line, questions about this year's offensive line, all that?
Yeah, we're definitely ready to move past it, that's for sure. Ready to get on to this year.
Has there been significant progress from the beginning of camp to the end of camp in terms of your production as a unit?
As an offensive line?
How much better you guys are?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I think throughout all phases of the off season and into camp, we've made great strides. So we're just hoping to keep that going.
How do you measure that?
By production. I think we're better at running the ball and better at throwing the ball and protecting than we've been. So I think that's kind of the measuring stick.
Jeff, what did you learn from last year's experience, and how are you different at this point right now?
Well, you take the lessons that last year provided, which some of the bad things that happened obviously are teaching lessons for the younger guys to move forward with. And like I said, for me personally, I think it's probably true for offensive linemen. It's a consistency thing. There's a lot of good guys on the offensive line here, and the ability to be consistent, playing and play out, is what makes you a good offensive line as a whole. And so I think that's been our aim, and that's what we're working for.
Was that your takeaway after your first 4 starts? I think it was 4 starts. Mm-hmm. Was it consistency just wasn't there? Was that what you look back on it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Coach Funk is obviously the hands-on guy with you guys, but how much does Nussmeier work in and say, here's how we want things done with this offense?
He's the OC. He's the guy in charge at the end of the day. But Coach Funk has a big say as far as the schemes of how we're going to block things and those types of things. That's his job is to make us run the ball. And so they both play a role in it, obviously. But yeah, Coach Nuss has the final say, I would suppose.
You have a young teenager starting at left tackle. Does he seem that young?
A teenager, yeah. He doesn't seem as young as a true freshman because he's been here, because he was here in the winter and all that. So no, it doesn't appear. I have to remind myself a lot that he is just a freshman.
Why is he starting? I mean, what makes him? I mean, that's a tough position for anybody to play.
Yeah. He's a really technically sound player. Especially for a freshman, it's kind of exceptional how good he is with his technique, and he stays poised, and just he has the ability to be consistent play in and play out. He just goes out there and knows his job, and smart kid, and gets it done.
Does that negate strength issues? It would seem that a younger player would be not as strong.
Yeah, you definitely. He definitely makes up for being young and not as strong as he probably would like to be with technique. Absolutely.
When you moved out of the starting lineup last year, what did you take from that? I mean, did you take it hard, or did you understand?
I obviously was disappointed. I wanted to still stay on the field and all that, but I prided myself on being the guy who wasn't going to pout, wasn't going to, let my teammates down or let myself down. I kept working, and I took pride in the fact that I tried to make the guys who had replaced me as best as I could, young guys who were playing like Kyle Bosch and those kind of guys. I tried to take under my wing and give them some advice and show them how to be successful. And I tried to be a team guy. And so, like I said, while I was disappointed, I tried to make the best of it for the team.